Saturday matinee soccer with the USL League One on ESPN+, presented by Centrist Federal Credit Union, with two teams coming off of wins against USL Championship clubs in the Open Cup. Union Omaha is one of two League One clubs without a loss in league play, while Charlotte look for their third win to tie the league lead. Hello and welcome, I'm Ryan Lee, so happy to be with you this afternoon, and Omaha and Charlotte are exactly 500 against each other. The last time they played, a scoreless draw after 120 in the 2023 League One semifinals. A Steven Dos Santos miss on penalties was the difference maker in a match where the Independents would win in the penalty shootout 5-4 to advance to the League One finals. 0 goals through extra time with a combined 12 shots on target, and both Austin Pack and Rashid Nuhu were perfect in that semifinal in October, and they will go head-to-head again tonight here at Werner Park. As we look into the League One standings going into today, Omaha and Charlotte open up Week 7 in that 5-6 tie, right at 6 points apiece. A win for either club jumps them up to 9 points to tie them with one Knoxville to create a 4-way tie with Tormenta, with 7 points apiece would be the result if either team gets a tie for today. However, all of this can get shifted after Sunday's Greenville versus Tormenta matchup, which has a chance for either Greenville to increase their first place lead or for Tormenta to create a tie for first place when it's all said and done. Our player to watch for Union Omaha is going to be none other than the man between the pipes, Rashid Nuhu. The 28-year-old from Ghana has been stellar in recent form. He is 8 for 8 in terms of saves of shots on goal in each of his last 2 matches versus Knoxville and El Paso. 0 goals against in those 2 matches as well. And the late addition for the Independents, Jean Carlos Obregon, has been absolutely excellent since getting included in Mike Jeffrey's side. 2 goals versus Rhode Island in the Open Cup, as well as the game winner versus Greenville to give him Team of the Week honors. The USL League One on ESPN Plus brings us 2 teams with a chance to jump all the way to second place in the standings. Omaha look to stay undefeated, while Charlotte look to tie the league lead in wins. Lineups and kickoff coming next here in Werner Park.
Blake Malone.
My name is Anderson Holt, honestly, and I play back for Union Omaha.
And I'm a center back for Union Omaha.
Goalkeeper.
So when I first got to Union Omaha, I found out that the USL and Union Omaha have a very close relationship with Bellevue University, because they provided me with an opportunity to extend my education and further my ability to seek out knowledge.
I chose Bellevue University to pursue my education because it provided a convenient way to both manage my career as a professional soccer player, but also continue to pursue my academic interests and pursuits.
Getting a degree will be just opening up a bunch of doors for me that I didn't have possible before. A college degree is still very powerful at this time, and it means a lot to show that you have the dedication to stick out a plan in college while I'm pursuing professional soccer, and I think that will show a lot.
My name is Blake Malone.
My name is Anderson Holt,
Honestly,
and I play back for Union Omaha.
And I'm a center back for Union Omaha.
goalkeeper.
So when I first got to Union Omaha, I found out that the USL and Union Omaha have a very close relationship with Bellevue University, because they provided me with an opportunity to extend my education and further my ability to seek out knowledge.
I chose Bellevue University to pursue my education because it provided a convenient way to both manage my career as a professional soccer player, but also continue to pursue my academic interests and pursuits.
Getting a degree will be just opening up a bunch of doors for me that I didn't have possible before. A college degree is still very powerful at this time, and it means a lot to show that you have the dedication to stick out a plan in college while I'm pursuing professional soccer, and I think that will show a lot.
We're back here at Werner Park in Omaha, Nebraska, where Union Omaha look to be remaining undefeated, while Charlotte Independents look to tie the league lead in wins to get their third on the season. Union Omaha will start things off in their black unis today, and they're going to switch things up from their last matchup versus Knoxville. A couple of changes to make note of. 3 of their starters in that Knoxville match, Steven Dos Santos, PC, and Blake Malone, they're all out, not even on the bench today. And in their place comes in for Ryan Jiba, Kunga, as well as Norti, who will be stepping in as well. The Charlotte Independence's lineup is brought to you by Rotella's Italian Bakery, and they're going to be essentially keeping the same lineup that they had versus Greenville that essentially catapulted them into that 1-0 win. Only one change to speak of. Fabrice Inga goes into the back 4 in place of Anton Sorensen, who takes a spot into the bench. Hugh Roberts goes from the outside back to center. He and Nick Spielman have had a really good thing going up in the center of that back 4, and they look to really create something with that tandem of Spielman and Roberts in that center of the defensive line. As Union Omaha will start things off, they're going in their blacks from left to right to start off the first half. Charlotte Independence in the whites will go from right to left to kick things off as we are underway. Joe Gallardo takes things back to open things up here in the first game of Week 7 in USL League One. Antahan Yaya starts things off as our main official. He's going to be in the blue, running around all game long. Fernando Pina and Nathan Colling will be our assistant referees, and Drew Clemp will keep track of stoppage and substitutions along the way as our 4th official. A relatively calm day here in Omaha, 52 degrees and an 11-mile-per-hour wind coming towards, it's going to be towards the far side where all the supporter section is currently occupying right now, so nothing super crazy in terms of conditions being able to affect anything too much, with both of these teams very clear in terms of their goals for today. Omaha want to remain undefeated. They've started off this season at a record of 2-0-0. They've been excellent here at Warner Park, 11-2-3 in 2023. This is their first home matchup in the 2024 USL League One regular season. The Jacks, on the other hand, 2-1-0 to start things off in 2024. And they've had a really interesting season so far. They started off with that 1 loss versus Knoxville in their home opener, but ever since then, if you include the US Open Cup, they've been 3-0-2 since then. So no losses since that opener. And for Union Omaha, they haven't had a loss all season. And if Charlotte are able to get that 3rd win today to get those 3 points, they'll tie the league lead in terms of wins in the 24 season through this point. As a quick ball back gets knocked out of play. Jerome wanted to look deep as it gets touched up onto the near side. Omaha looked to carry this one in. Couldn't quite get it for Kunga as that one just gets booted out of play. Both of these 2 matches coming off of very long, and essentially their cardio is going to get tested today as both teams had to go the distance in the US Open Cup against USL Championship teams nonetheless. So it's against high-level competition as well. Omaha was right back here at Warner Park back on the 17th, where they had to play the El Paso Locomotive of the USL Championship side, a club that head coach Dominic Casciato as actually the assistant for when, right before he took the gig in Omaha. Free kick comes up for Union Omaha as well. So Dominic Casciato got a visit from his former club. It was scoreless throughout the entirety of the 120 minutes, had to go all the way to stoppage time. No goals to speak of. Rashid Nuhu was so sharp. He was 5 for 5 in terms of saves in that match, including on the penalty kick. To end the first half, El Paso had an opportunity to go up by 1, but Nuhu was perfect along the way as he was able to sniff out the opportunity from El Paso to prevent the 1-0 lead, and they kept it scoreless the whole way through, where they eventually won by a score of 5-3 on the penalties. Charlotte, a little bit of a different story. They went 4 for 4, where they would eventually win in the penalties against Rhode Island of the USL Championship side, as they look to go back on their heels, but a quick whistle comes up as the flag goes up. Charlotte and Rhode Island of the USL Championship side. That game was just an absolute shootout, 4-4 for Mike Jeffrey's side. When he talked about that game with us and our entire crew, he said that he really loved the resilience that his team showed, going down a goal not once but twice and clawing their way back into that game to not only be down multiple times throughout the game, but he really credits his guys knowing that any of those solutions can bring a team down, and that was not the case whatsoever with his Charlotte side. They were able to go the distance, 4-4, when it was all said and done. And then they won in the PK by a score of 5-4. As Austin Pack was able to get one save in that penalty shootout, which was the difference maker, to advance them into the fourth round of the U.S. Open Cup. Omaha plays this ball along their back line as they want to slowly build things up the pitch. Jerome comes to the near side. Kunga with a stutter step on Mbuyu, so he tries to chip this one up. A transition opportunity for Omaha, and a quick takedown right at the center line. There goes Kunga. He gets the first booking of the match, as it's just that wrap up right at the center stripe against Bashir and Jai. And you can really say there's no argument about that one. That was a very clear wrap up. That's the wrong type of football, Kunga. But back to the back line again, Hugh Roberts. He's very familiar with the USL Championship, as he captained Monterey Bay for the last couple of years before making his return to Charlotte. But now they look to advance play, but that one was just serviced in and could not quite get the touch that was desired, so it comes back for Rashid Nuhu. Both of these sides have really had the benefit of just the leadership that they've had the entirety of the way through, being led by such long-tenured coaches like Dominic Casciato of Omaha or Mike Jeffries from Charlotte. As Austin Pack gets his first touch of the game, he just sends it deep. Casciato, 1 year in League One, and right out of the gate, he wins Coach of the Year, brings Omaha to a Players' Shield right out of the gate. And he's carried that momentum all the way in. Across all competitions, 5 wins to start things off, 2-0 in League One play for the Owls, as ball comes out of play last off of the Owls. So we'll provide a throw-in on the near side for Brice Inga. Up to center, Trezor Mbuyu. Inga delivers all the way back as he looks for Luis Alvarez. And now an opportunity for Charlotte. Chips this one all the way up for Gomez. He gets taken down, but the ball just barely rolls its way out of play in an Omaha throw deep in the Charlotte end. Omaha with it, back at center. They continue to advance their way up. A quick chip into the box. That one is headed away from Spielman before it gets delivered up and out. Dolabella comes out wide. Both Omaha and Charlotte really looking towards possession, as both head coaches mentioned that in their game plan and why they were so effective against the USL Seasides in the Open Cup midweek. Being able to possess the ball very well, being able to just really put the game in their hands by having control of the ball the entire way through. And both head coaches actually credited the other one in terms of their ability to play defensively. So this can really go one of two ways. Either a lot of opportunities in transition as an opportunity comes for Kunga. Kunga walks in. He has to walk right in before Austin Pack has to make the lunge in his first save of the match. Lagos Kunga in his first start in League One. 2024 season, he just drives in and just beats out Mbuyu, and he tries to just walk that one right in, but Austin Pack made a decision to come out of the line and just dive on that one. As a quick whistle commences right at the halfway line. Both Charlotte and Omaha, as it stands in League One play, they're the only teams currently with back-to-back wins in League One play. Every other team has at least had a draw or they lost, including one of these two clubs that are playing right now. As a quick bounce comes up, and now an opportunity comes. It's going to be Obregon. He holds, he waits, he shoots, and Nuhu gets the paw on it. And a corner comes for Charlotte. Rashid Nuhu, we've talked about him. He's had the least goals against in the entirety of the season. And Juan Carlos Obregon, he's had 3 goals in the last 2 matchups for Charlotte. Lets that one fly, but Nuhu was quick on that one to prevent the first shot on goal for Charlotte in the first corner in favor of the Independents as well. Ball served in, scramble, no one able to get it before it's just flicked at by Kunga. Now a sprint for it. Austin Pack comes way out of his box to just send that one up and out, so his team gets a chance to reset. Rashid Nuhu, so strong. 1 goal against the whole season. That's the lowest in all of League One. He's played in both of the regular season matchups to provide Omaha with that 2-0 start. A 2-time Golden Glove winner, Goalkeeper of the Year. He's showing why he's been such a staple for this Omaha side that's been seeing nothing but success in essentially their entire franchise history. The ball gets played out at center. Inga with the throw. Mbuyu tries to juggle, recollects, wants to center up. A quick pass back from Alvarez, goes back to the back line, so finds its way for Alvarez, all the way back for Hugh Roberts. Mbuyu has an opportunity, goes for range, but is just a little bit off the mark. It's something that we don't necessarily see from the Charlotte Independents. They're bottom 3 in the league in terms of shot attempts, but Mbuyu going from deep, that's at least 25 meters right there. He led the team in goals in both 2022 and 2023, Trezor Mbuyu. He wanted to try his luck to earn his first goal of the season, but was just off the mark. And now a foot race up the field comes for Aaron Gomez. Gallardo from deep, and Austin Pack made the dive, but out of his reach anyways. 2 long-range shots, one from Mbuyu, one from Gallardo. Gallardo and Mbuyu trading chances from range. The one from Mbuyu was probably 25 meters out. The one from Gallardo in the ballpark of 20 meters out. But I love the confidence from both of these two sides going from deep. And that was one of the things that Mike Jeffries talked about when playing here at Werner Park. It's a relatively small pitch, and it plays even smaller, were his exact words. And some of the shooters and goal scorers on these teams trying to maximize that opportunity, that quote-unquote smaller feel of this Werner Park pitch. But a turnover comes for Charlotte, but it was a little bit too aggressive as it comes for a whistle. The inaugural USL Jägermeister Cup kicks off Saturday, April 27th, featuring League One teams. Regional rivalries highlight group play in round one, with all games streaming exclusively on ESPN+. It's that beautiful time of the year where it's just cup season, tournament season all the way around. Whether if you want to go the basketball route, or today with the start of the NBA and NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, this Jägermeister Cup midseason tournament, the US Open Cup, it's just tournament season as a whole, and it's just one of those things you love to see, as it just brings out a new level of competition, another level of intensity that these players really thrive. And we've seen it in the Open Cup. A lot of opportunities for some upsets as a turnover comes the other way. It's going to go for Aaron Gomez. He gets a slide tackle, but collects it again. Gomez, service, blocked away. Comes for Konga, tangled up. Nordy couldn't keep it, and now a run-in for the Independent and a drag down again. This should provide another booking. Yes, it does. That goes for Dion Akoff. This was exactly the same play that got Konga his yellow card. Just swap out Mbuyu in favor of Bashir and Jai. And instead of that being Konga, that's Akoff. Just a free run up the middle. Lots of speed, lots of space right at that center circle. And we saw it with Konga. He just got the wrap up to take Mbuyu down. That time Akoff, the same thing, just a quick little arm hook on Bashir and Jai. And now Inga's a little slow to get up, as he was also involved in that scrap. And Omaha have done a lot to create such a ecstatic fan base all the way around. 2 player shields in the last 3 seasons, a 2021 League Cup title, and finalists in 2022. So in the last 3 years, you got a trophy, a finals appearance, and 2 regular season titles in the last 3 years. It's no wonder why Omaha just continues to show up and show out for this Union side. They've been so strong in every competition against essentially every competitor that's come along the way. We saw this in their inception, essentially, with Jay Mims, who had a .628 winning percentage. And then you get Dominic Casciato, who in 34 games played, 21, 5, and 8 for Dominic Casciato. That's a .735 win percentage since taking over last year. And Inga was so slow to get up that the first substitution already has to be made only 18 minutes in, with Sorensen having to step in for the Independents. So Mike Jeffries already having to shorten the bench already with Fabrice Inga out. And now Omaha wants to try to capitalize with a new man out on the pitch as a collision comes right at center, nothing able to be provided. As an opportunity for a long ball comes here for Charlotte. A little bit of a hesitation, one-on-one, guarded by Milanese. Alvarez has it last touched off of him, so it becomes an Omaha ball. It's one of those underrated storylines for Charlotte as they try to serve this one into the box before it's cleared out by Omaha. Charlotte wants to keep this one deep, and now they have an opportunity into the box. Holds. Wants an opportunity, a takedown. No call. Another chance goes from wide. New perfection off the line. Rashid Nuhu had to be so sharp as the threat was coming from Obregon. He was taken down, but the follow-up from Alvarez from the wide angle, and Nuhu had to follow that one all the way around as his save gives Charlotte corner kick number 2 on the afternoon. As we're only 20 minutes deep. Short kick. Roberts deflected, out of play. Goal kick Omaha. Anton Sorensen entering the match for Fabrice Inga. In his 4th match of the season, did not play at all in 2023. A homegrown product, of the Philadelphia Union. Comes in for the injured Fabrice Inga. And now Pack delivers it deep. Sorensen with the touch up in the return pass. Alvarez. Still scoreless, 20 minutes in. It's getting juggled around at center. No one able to get a clear possession. And Omaha attempts a chip up, but that huge curve came about. Akoff. Back for Dolabella. And a quick tangle up at center, but a free kick opportunity comes as Joe Gallardo is down on the pitch. Just a little bit of a tangle up, especially with that centering run with Dolabella and Gallardo crossing streams. And Gallardo took a little bit of contact from behind as well, so this really provides Omaha with one of their first opportunities off of a set piece deep in the Charlotte end of things. Short feed, Jerome for Akoff. Gomez and Mbuyu on that near side. They are scrapping, and another throw in for Omaha. "22 minutes in, no score. Omaha with possession deep in the Charlotte end. Gallardo back for Akoff. Centering feed, too far for the header. And chipped away for Alvarez, but still juggling was Omaha on that blocked pass, but couldn't quite get enough out of that. Now Omaha with it back. Quick dump off, Akoff couldn't quite read it, but Sorensen did, however. And the deflection comes off last from Ryan JJ, and Omaha get their first attempt at a corner. All corners for Union Omaha brought to you by Modelo. Sent into the box, headed away, chased to the far side by Jerome, who lets it just roll out for an Omaha throw. Chipped up again, deflected, overhead. Austin Pack will take this one and send that one to the corner as it produces 2 in consecutive sequences for Omaha. Gallardo to take, Los Bujos will look to capitalize. Gallardo, high into the box, headed away. Still inside of the 18 before it gets cleared away. When we had the opportunity to talk to Omaha coach Dominic Casciato about why his team has just been performing so well week in and week out, he kept repeating the same term over and over again: clarity. Clarity in vision, clarity in assignments, knowing what to do at what time, understanding that the vision of this team provides the opportunity for players and staff to get behind the overall message, to come together as a unit. And the vision, he said, was simple: be dominant in all aspects of the game. And they were able to do so in the last several matches, as they have yet to see the L column in 2024. Charlotte looks to chip that one in before it's sent all the way back to center. Sorensen. Retreats Spielman to Roberts. Charlotte look to build from the back line up before that one gets a deflection off of Joel Johnson. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues around the world and Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select is the player's choice, as it's the referee's choice to whistle this one down and send this Select ball stopped right at the center circle. Throw out comes for Charlotte, who eliminated Omaha in the League One semifinals. It ended a streak for Omaha at the time, finishing the 2023 season of 14 games unbeaten. The Independents broke that streak in the League One semis to advance themselves to their finals berth, where they eventually lost the penalty kicks to North Carolina, but the fact that they were just in that position in the finals, went the distance, the 120 plus PKs. It really shows what Mike Jeffries has been building ever since he took over the reins. Again, in his second stint with Charlotte, he was relieved of his duties for a grand total of 15 games before he retook the position and brought Omaha to so many great places since coming back. As the whistle goes down towards the Omaha end, as it's Marco Milanese who is a little slow to get up. Another whistle for Omaha as they approach the Charlotte end. .64% of the possession has gone in favor of the Owls so far. However, both shots on target have come in favor of the Independents. Omaha has a pair of shots, but neither of them have been able to hit the mark. But Gallardo and Norty stand on the ball. Gallardo headed up, not out. Kunga goes for goal, and he's just a little bit wide as Austin Pack was right there, but didn't need to make the save. A nice little service up by Gallardo, just headed up in the air, and the one touch from Kunga wanted to just kind of rainbow that one over the swarm of defenders inside of the 18 to try to potentially have that one dip just below the crossbar, but nonetheless, we're still scoreless after 15 seconds to the half an hour. Talked about in the open the last time these two played in that League One semifinal. And both Austin Pack and Rashid Nuhu have just been staples for their respective clubs to get them to where they've been, as the service from Pack provides an opportunity for Charlotte before that one just gets touched up and out of play off of the boot of Ryan Jiba. And a little bit of pressure forces Charlotte to play that one out for an Omaha throw. As mentioned in the open as well, these two teams are 500 against each other, 2-2 and 3 to be exact. If you want to go back to 2023, they were 1-1-1 with a 4-4 goal differential. So that's about as deadlocked as you can be against an opponent. And Dominic Casciato just said, with a team like Charlotte, there's lots of experience in terms of their staff and their players. They just know what they want to do and how to do it. And that the fact that they're doing well, to Coach Casciato, he said, quote, "It's no surprise." So both of these two sides, lots of respect for each other. The competition is always tight between Omaha and Charlotte. But who will break ahead, as it's still nothing but circles across the board, 33 minutes in. And Buyu wants to center. Alvarez wants from range, and maybe some of that wind didn't necessarily go in the favor of Alvarez, but once again, going from deep. And just opportunity, Luis Alvarez able to evade his man and wanted to take advantage of Nuhu being all the way out towards the penalty spot and maybe have that one dip for a center pitch ball placement. As a deflection turns into a turnover. Gallardo comes right to Pack, bobbled, and Pack jumps on it for the second time. Austin Pack, second in the league in League One in terms of saves made, and Gallardo wanted to go once again from range. Wasn't able to get the clear reception, but he eventually made it there after that initial fumble. one of those things that has been really interesting for these two sides. A lot of their opportunities and attempts at goal have been coming from distance. Not many chances have been coming inside of the box. They've both been doing such a good job at clogging the lanes as soon as they get within 20 yards of the end line. It's provided getting passes into the box, very difficult. Service, very difficult. But the service comes all the way up for Aaron Gomez along the far side. Wants to try to send it in. Gallardo juggles. Gallardo for goal, but goes over. Joe Gallardo going for goal once again with some trickery, just unable to execute. You have to credit the two teams, both on defense and offense, wanted to recreate that bicycle kick that we saw in the match last week between Central Valley and Chattanooga, where we saw an overhead kick in that match, and Gallardo wanted to try his attempt at that. He saw it on Sports Center. He said, let me give it a shot. As Konga has to retreat back before it goes off of Mbuyu. And last goes off of Konga out of play. Akoff disrupts the throw. Comes back to center. Gallardo unable to hold. Charlotte with possession. JC Obregon stripped away of the ball. Now Omaha looks to make transition before Sorensen pokes that one away. 10 minutes of the half plus stoppage. No one's been able to get past either Nuhu or Pack. As Pack sends that one. Anton Sorensen. Alvarez. Konga can't hold on. Alvarez wants to maximize, but cannot do so. So Gomez starts to transition upward. Gallardo. Quick drop off provided by Jiba as it comes to center for Nordy. Despite what these two teams have been able to do in terms of getting themselves into the win column, in terms of League One play, you would look at it on the outside and just say they haven't necessarily had their opportunities, as both of these two teams, Omaha and Charlotte, are within the bottom three in terms of goals scored. But when you translate that number out into goals against average, they're actually a lot better than what their current placement may hold. But the thing that you cannot argue whatsoever is that these two teams know how to keep this ball out of their box and out of their nets. We mentioned Omaha having the fewest goals against. They're one of 6 teams with at least 1 clean sheet. And Charlotte, 3rd fewest goals against as well. And we should also be able to see a relatively clean game between these two, despite 2 yellow cards. Both of them also bottom 3 in terms of fouls given. They are both barely giving up any. And just as I say that, Charlotte commits one. quick chip up was wanted for Omaha, and that one was just clipped by the leg of Bashir and Jai, who gets the trip up. But Obregon gets stuck in a knot, and it provides a stoppage off of the whistle of Atahan Yaya, our center official in the blue over there. Charlotte with an opportunity with a set piece with the 40th minute. Alvarez and Akoff wrestled for that one, but it goes over for the Owls as that throw-in gets deflected off and it's picked up by Sorensen. Sorensen wanted to feed it in. As a quick whistle goes, and a quick start for Omaha, and a stumble along the way for Jiba. The 22-year-old from Washington, actually about a week and a half from his 23rd birthday, making his first start of the 2024 season. He's in his second tenure with Omaha. Played with him in 2022. Didn't play in 2023, took some time in the MLS with Minnesota United after getting drafted out of Salt Lake Community College, making his first start of 2024. As that one gets clipped up in the off of the header, as the aforementioned Jiba tries to chase, but just takes the throw instead. Dion Akoff gets his jersey tugged by Sorensen, and it produces a yellow card. And Jiba just kind of let that one go behind him to get the positioning. Sorensen just got that jersey tug to produce the first yellow card for Charlotte and the first yellow card for Sorensen's 2024 season. Gallardo with the fancy footwork again. Touched up by Sorensen. Last goes off of Akoff for a Charlotte throw. Alvarez wants to send it upward for Mbuyu. Mbuyu getting shadowed by Milanese. Long feed into the box. Jerome headed down. Akoff has to touch that one up. Kunga makes one man miss, but that was a direct shot off of the deflection from Ryan JJ, so it comes out of play for Charlotte, as they'll get the throw at center. Long service for Charlotte, and now it's a foot race. Master Antonio lets that one fly over his head, but Nuhu easily hangs on and wants to go quick with 2 minutes and a half plus stoppage. A chip up, Spielman lets that one go just for Pack as he boxes that one up. Nine shot attempts so far in the first half. Only 3 have gone on target, 2 of them for the Independents. And Dominic Casciato talked about what kind of changed over from year to year from his first and second in the USL League One with this Union Omaha side. He just said it's a lot easier working with these guys again because he's gotten more comfortable in his position, where last season he was kind of playing catch up, getting to know the guys, getting to know the staff, getting to know the organization as a whole, as he essentially had his first opportunity to really get to know these guys and just see what they're about. And with year two, he's no longer getting to know them. It's all about making sure they really see what he's trying to present and continuing that the way through, as that one gets sent all the way through, but Pack holds on. A long-range opportunity came for Ryan Jiba as he sends that one in the direction of Austin Pack. He wanted his first goal of his USL League One career. And 2 minutes gets added on for stoppage, as Gomez getting double teamed. So it just gets split out wide. Master Antonio. Nordi. Final 90 seconds of the half. Is anyone going to walk into the locker room with an advantage, or are we still going to get knotted up essentially exactly where we started? Union Omaha, they look to just be very happy with just taking this one into halftime with a 0-0 draw. As each of the last two games from Omaha, if you get rid of penalty kicks, a grand total of 1 goal across the last 2 games by either team in Omaha's last 2 matches. They beat Knoxville by a score of 1-0, and we've been mentioning all broadcasts that Open Cup game versus El Paso knotted up at 0 the entire way through of the 120. And if you include those games in the Open Cup, they've only allowed 2 goals in totality on the season. And in League One play, they've only scored 3 times. So Dominic Casciato is more than comfortable with just letting things ride out and let them just become a defensive slugfest. As Mbuyu, he gets stripped, but last goes off of a Owl player, so it becomes a throw-in for the Jacks. We're at 2 minutes. How much longer do we go? Not much longer is the verdict, as we have the whistle from halftime. No score to speak of for either side. Both of these two teams will walk into the locker room knotted up exactly how we started. No score across the board, with 9 total shot attempts from the 2 sides. Omaha on track to stay out of the loss column. Charlotte want to tie the league lead with their 3rd win of the season. More from around League One and the USL coming up around halftime, and the second half coming up after this.
Go get it, Doug.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. trusted for over 100 years. Our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Jennings, this is where he reeks. Jennings, 1v1. Got under it. Level. New Mexico.
Looks great.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
We're back here in Werner Park in Omaha, Nebraska, where we are kicking off Week 7 of the USL League One regular season. But we can't talk about Week 7 without going over what happened in Week 6 as we bring you the best throughout of all last week in USL League One as we kick things off in Knoxville. This one was a home game for Knoxville against Union Omaha, where a Steven Dos Santos scored the only goal to take down Knoxville, thwarting their opportunities to take the top spot on the table. A scrap with Sean O'Hearn into the end wall provided a little bit of a scuffle right at the end boards, and this was one of those things from that Knoxville-Omaha game. Just a lot of scrapping, a lot of aggressive play. Jalen Chrysler getting sent off, but at the end of the day, Omaha with that 1-0 advantage as we head over to Charlotte and their game versus Greenville. Only one goal scored in that game as well. That one was off of the leg of Juan Carlos Obregon. That was the game winner of the game. That was enough to earn Obregon an honorable mention in the Team of the Week for Week 6. But a argument for a handball for Greenville provides a penalty, and Austin Pack, he delivers all the way through as he just swats that one away off of the penalty spot as Charlotte takes the 1-0 lead at home. We make our way to the Midwest. Forward Madison and the Richmond Kickers. This game was goals galore. We saw the bicycle kick that essentially blew everything up, as this was just a back and forth goal fest. Richmond would eventually take a 2-1 advantage before Augustin Davila would equalize. This one ends up in 2-2. Madison, one of two teams without a loss so far in 2024. As we go over to Central Valley and Chattanooga, and this one, calling this one a shootout, a little bit of a disservice, as we just had an absolute showing from Rapapa Mensah. He got himself a hat trick in that game, which was tailed off after the penalty kick drawn after the 90. Just goals galore on both sides, as both Chattanooga and Central Valley, not many games played for either of them, but the penalty into the 90th minute by Appelin provides a penalty kick for Mensah. Hat trick right there as Chattanooga was rolling. The Wolves were howling for the 4-2 win. And Spokane and Lexington was the final game of the League One season, as Lexington and Spokane have both been in. They're both coming off of losses going into this match, but Spokane would eventually take this one down as they had their own set of goals. But when it's all said and done, things got knotted up. Yannick Yankum trying to keep things level. And then just a little whoop right there before that one gets buried into the back of the net from Azad Liadi. Those were two goals within a span of 8 minutes However, the celebration would be cut short as only 3 minutes later, Luis Heel from just outside of the red zone gets that one to beat Lexington all the way through. That game was knotted up at 2. Spokane tied for third place with 7 points with Tormenta. More from around the USL and League One as we continue the scenes in Werner Park. More from the USL and the start of the second half in a scoreless game coming up after this.
Go get it done.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Jennings, this is where he reeks. Jennings, 1v1. Got under it. Level. New Mexico.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
As much as we've been talking about the USL League One, we can't talk about League One or Championship without talking about the Open Cup, as both the USL Championship and USL League One have had plenty of head-to-head matches against each other. Some healthy competition across the USL side. As we've been mentioning all game long, the Charlotte Independents took down Rhode Island in an absolute shootout, 4-4 after 120. That one turned into a 5-4 affair in the penalties. Austin Pack made a clutch save in the penalty shootout to keep the difference maker within that one. Lou City took down Greenville. Tormenta with the upset in Miami, one of 3 League One teams to make it into the round of 32 in the US Open Cup. We also saw some other results as well. Birmingham, Las Vegas, and Tulsa all taking care of business against USL League One side. However, Union Omaha, Dominic Casciato was just absolutely praising what his team was able to do against his former club, El Paso Locomotive, where he was an assistant. 5-3 in the penalties when it's all said and done. Omaha, Charlotte, and Tormenta, the 3 League One teams who will qualify for the round of 32 in the US Open Cup. And when we also talk about the Open Cup, we cannot talk about what's been provided between these two sides. 7 games provided on Tuesday. A grand total of 20 USL Championship teams will partake in this round of 32. 1 team of MLS Next Pro and 3 from League One will take place in the round of 32 as well. 9 games being played on the 8th. That's going to be on Wednesday. And when you take a look at the match breakdown, the one game from League One against the USL Championship side is Tormenta versus Charleston Battery on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we'll also see Union Omaha taking on an MLS team, Sporting Kansas City. They're going to be hosting SKC on Wednesday. And Atlanta will be taking on Charlotte for another MLS versus League One side going into this round of 32 on that opening full week of May. Speaking of, it's not just the US Open Cup, we have an in-season cup, the League One Jägermeister Cup, coming up 1 week from today exactly. Let's take a look at what's to come from the USL and League One. It's cups galore, and who will be drinking out of it with the Jägermeister Cup? Spokane Central Valley kick things off at 6 a week from today. Greenville and the Kickers as well, and that's going to be a very interesting battle between Tormenta and Charlotte. Both of these teams are within the top 3 currently in the League One standings, but who knows how things will go after this. Chattanooga and Knoxville are 1v1, as well as Madison and Lexington. A lot of interesting matches in the opening round of the Jägermeister Cup. As we are back here in Werner Park, where a lot of interesting things have been happening. Cups aside, it's the start of Week 7 in USL League One. Scoreless between Omaha and Charlotte. Second half kickoff starting after this.
We are Myrtle and Cypress Coffee House. We're located in the heart of Gifford Park neighborhood in Midtown, Omaha. The idea behind the coffee shop came out of the neighborhood's expressed desire for a place for people to gather. From being rooted in our neighborhood, to choosing ingredients and processes that nourish, to supporting coffee growers and their communities, Myrtle and Cypress connects you to Union Omaha's beautiful motto, one means all.
Blake Malone.
My name is Anderson Holt,
Honestly,
and I play back for Union Omaha.
And I'm a center back for Union Omaha.
Goalkeeper.
So when I first got to Union Omaha, I found out that the USL and Union Omaha have a very close relationship to Bellevue University, because they provided me with an opportunity to extend my education and further my ability to seek out knowledge.
I chose Bellevue University to pursue my education because it provided a convenient way to both manage my career as a professional soccer player, but also continue to pursue my academic interests and pursuits.
Getting a degree will be just opening up a bunch of doors for me that I didn't have possible before. A college degree is still very powerful at this time, and it means a lot to show that you have the dedication to stick out a plan in college while I'm pursuing professional soccer, and I think that will show a lot.
My name is Blake Malone.
My name is Anderson Holt,
Honestly,
and I play back for Union Omaha.
And I'm a center back for Union Omaha.
goalkeeper.
So when I first got to Union Omaha, I found out that the USL and Union Omaha have a very close relationship to Bellevue University, because they provided me with an opportunity to extend my education and further my ability to seek out knowledge.
I chose Bellevue University to pursue my education because it provided a convenient way to both manage my career as a professional soccer player, but also continue to pursue my academic interests and pursuits.
Getting a degree will be just opening up a bunch of doors for me that I didn't have possible before. A college degree is still very powerful at this time, and it means a lot to show that you have the dedication to stick out a plan in college while I'm pursuing professional soccer, and I think that will show a lot.
Let's take a look at what's happened so far in this opening half. You look at the score and you would think, not that much. I beg to differ. Juan Carlos Obregon, 1v1 against his man, Master Antonio. Sends that one away. Knew who had to make a save. And Mbuyu from distance tries to go for the opening goal, was just a little bit off the mark. And 14 minutes in, Joe Gallardo saw Trezor Mbuyu and said, I'll try that myself. Same result, however, just wide of the net. But another opportunity from deep. Luis Alvarez took a look at Nuhu, saw him way out of his net, and essentially wash, rinse, repeat. Joe Gallardo going again, but this time Austin Pack was able to deliver on the save right there. As one attempt from Gallardo, he wanted to see what we saw in that halftime highlight package with Madison and Richmond. He wanted his own attempt at the bicycle kick, but sent overhead. And combined 10 shot attempts, 2 apiece on target as we get started in the second half of play in a scoreless game between Omaha and Charlotte. A substitution at the half as Adam Almish makes his League One and professional debut. Coming off of the substitution from the half, he takes over for Ryan Jiba. Adam Almish, 24 years old, from France. He played his college ball over at Marshall and just joined Omaha prior to the 2024 season, as we see him get his first opportunity getting deflection out of play. Turnover for Charlotte as they advance into the Omaha end. Quick tangle up. Kunga forces the turnover and the clear. Last deflected off of Akoff, so Charlotte will get a throw in as they continue to just wiggle their way into the Omaha end of the pitch. Omaha in black, right to left in the second half. Charlotte in the white, going from left to right. As that ball just took a slight curve and it gets the touch from Adam Almish. Delobella. For Norte Nordi. Almish tight roping that far sideline. Last goes off of Charlotte for a throw. Considering how many shots on target and how many shot attempts have been going for both teams, it's a little unexpected for both Omaha and Charlotte Independence, as they're both within the bottom 3 of the league in shot attempts. But once again, when you kind of curve that out for average per game, it's a little higher than what it's kind of made out to be. Speaking of things kind of made out to be, the Omaha success, they've really been able to generate no matter where they've gone, as they try to continue to advance upward once again. This time, split out wide, fed in, but that one takes a deflection and a whistle. Dion Akoff slowly makes his way up. As we take a second look here, the feed for Akoff comes up on that far side, going 1v1 versus Sorensen, and they both take a tumble as Sorensen just drags down Akoff, and Gallardo on the ball once again. Joe Gallardo from just outside of the box. His second season with Union Omaha. His 20th start with the Owls. Takes the free kick. Two-man wall for Charlotte. Gallardo on it. Gallardo lifts, headed away, and Charlotte takes this one into transition. Luis Alvarez on the far side. Alvarez. He trots his way up ahead. A swing and a miss as he struck out on that pass attempt as it trickles its way right to Rashid Nuhu. Pedro Dolabella. Turn for Norte Norti. Lots of tight defense from both of these sides, and this is exactly what's expected from both of these sides. Being able to play tight defense, being able to be aggressive on the ball, both on and off of it. As just a little bit too far ahead of the back line. And that is the third time that Omaha has been offside so far. And if you were to look at a box score and see the number of times the team's been offside, you might see that as a bad thing. I, however, take a look at offsides and just say that's probably a compliment that you are that threatening to a back line. Just a little bit too far ahead, but the fact you're making them think and that you're kind of getting that slight moment of pause, that backline knows they're getting beat. As the ball gets beat, as it finds its way for Almish. Almish gets dragged down. Wide open pass, Gallardo. Gallardo has to hold, but now he gets the flag up once again. And it's kind of reflecting that point I was just making, that when you're offside, it shows that the offense is having opportunities. They are cooking, they got some possession going, and that they're able to advance the ball up the pitch. A lot of times when you're offside, you're trying to make a move that's threatening. You're trying to get behind that back four. And both of these two coaches talked about why were they successful against a USL Championship side in the Open Cup. It's because they were able to make threatening opportunities and scoring chances behind their opponent's back lines. And being able to just get runners up ahead and kind of, in a way, make the defense play backwards, play on their heels a little bit. As ball gets juggled up off of the throw. He just retreats this one back to the back line. Nuhu. Gallardo. He's got a man on the near side, Almish. Almish finds his way back, and Dolabella goes wide for Akoff. Just a little bit out of reach from the 32-year-old Dion Akoff. Akoff, the last match versus Knoxville was his 50th in League One. This is match number 51 for him. As the feed goes for Alvarez, trying to weave his way behind Milanese. But Master Antonio is right there to get the disruption. And now Almish has a man all alone. Goes for Gomez. Gomez on Roberts. All the way back. As that one was taken from long range. Norty, looking for his first goal of the season, goes a little bit high. Norte, he's just a part of the fray. We've been talking about these shots from distance, and considering the conditions that are going about, low 50s, double-digit mile-per-hour winds, it's a little risky to go from distance, but with Mother Nature being what it was, it can provide opportunities. As Dolabella gallops into the attacking end. Slide tackle disrupted. As Norty, he gets a slide tackle of his own. Ball popped up in the air. Obregon drops off Alvarez. Alvarez Nuhu is right there. Had Mbuyu on that far side. As they wanted to link up again like they did in the Open Cup, both Mbuyu and Alvarez. They both scored goals in the Open Cup. They wanted to link up to potentially break the ice in the 55th minute. But Jerome getting pestered is just being fed off. Pedro Dolabella. Gomez. All the way back around, Marco Milanese. Almish getting clutched at. Joel Johnson drags him down. Considering the nature of the 2 yellow cards in Union Omaha's side, you would have thought that would have been one for Johnson, but just a stoppage. Possession over 2/3 in favor of Union Omaha as it stands. Gallardo for the set piece. Gallardo up, headed out. Almish lets that one fly behind him for an Omaha throw. 56 minutes, Omaha looked to score first. Gomez lets that one bank off of a Independence player and out for a corner. All corner kicks for Union Omaha brought to you by Modelo. And I'm sure when they're not banging the drums, they might have one for themselves. Gallardo headed away, no rebound provided as it's cleared out by the Independents. Akoff just trying to get away. And Obregon was chasing Akoff with the available space as Nordy has a back. Master Antonio. And a player is down for the Owls. A little bit slow to get up. It looks like Joe Gallardo. Joe Gallardo, previous first team All League One. He takes the contact once again just outside of the box as he stands over it. And we just saw a set piece just like this, maybe about 5 minutes ago. As Gallardo stands over it again. Can Omaha finally break through in a scoreless match in the 58th? Gallardo chips it up, headed out by Charlotte. Chased after by Kunga. And sent away by the Independents. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Nuhu dumps it off. Comes from Milanese on the near side. Milanese taking the run out for Almish. Almish takes the shot, goes off of Ryan JJ out of play. Couple of Frenchmen going one-on-one versus each other, Ryan JJ and Adam Almish. But another corner kick comes up for Union Omaha. As always, presented by Modelo. Gallardo sends this one in, headed, rebound, off the line, Austin Peck is there, and cleared by Charlotte. The first opportunity for Omaha off of the corner. Austin Pack all over it. As we see the corner kick come, Gallardo, the second chance came, Dolabella off of the far post, but Austin Pack was right there in his second tenure, his 5th season with the Independents, has been so strong the whole way through. He was a Team of the Week nominee last week, stopping all 4 shots for Greenville triumph, including a penalty kick save, as he keeps this game scoreless an hour in. Joel Johnson lets that one go behind him. He thought that was going to find its way to Obregon, but it's just going to be cleared away by Rashid Nuhu. These two goalies as well. We talked about their showdown in the playoffs last year. Both of them, number 1 and number 2 in terms of the Team of the Week last week. Pack was given the official nod for Team of the Week. Nuhu was an honorable mention, stopping all 3 shots from 1 Knoxville in their 1-0 win a couple of weeks ago against 1 Knox. And Nuhu sends it off once again. That's kind of proof that both of these two netminders are in very strong form right now. As Charlotte wanted Obregon. And Rashid Nuhu picked that one out on third base. Nuhu bunts that one away for Nordy. As another tie-up provides a Omaha opportunity. Melanese. So Omaha back line just going back and forth within each other. As that one comes deep for Adam Almish. First half substitution. Almish comes in, sends it up in front. That one gets deflected by Charlotte and comes out. Adam Almish wanted the feed up in front, trying to make an impact on his first League One appearance, and gets his first opportunity for the scoring chance. As it comes out of play again, as Almish, he's had the opportunity to have the ball at his feet. He had the feet up in front. Looked like he was looking for Dion Akoff, but it was just blocked in front by the Independents. As deflection comes right out of play, and Almish once again with a touch on the ball on the throw as he gets the return feed to Dolabella. Almish getting watched. Just sends that one all the way for Akoff. He hits him this time. Akoff 1v1 on Sorensen. Akoff drives ahead, tries the centering feed, goes off of a leg and out of play. Corner number 5 for Los Bujos. Modelo for every single corner. If Joe Gallardo can break through on the corner, he sends the high archer, headed down, Dolabella. Rebound just off the mark from Machak Jerome. He was just off target, could have given himself an early birthday present as he turns 34 tomorrow. And a beautiful diving stop from the 31-year-old Hugh Roberts. That's a half a dozen corner kicks for Union Omaha in the 6th time that it's been brought to you by Modelo. Gallardo again, headed overhead. Off of the last corner, those guys seem to be enjoying a couple Modelos. But goal kick comes for Austin Pack off of the corner kick header that was all the way. And as we are in the 65th minute, we're going to be having a couple of substitutions. Konga comes out of the match to essentially erase his yellow card, insert the 24-year-old. Happy birthday for Brandon Knapp, by the way. He turns 24 today, from St. John's University, making his 3rd appearance of the season. As it looks like there are 2 on deck for Charlotte. Carlton Belmar and Noah Palito stepping up to the plate. So all 3 substitutions coming just a little beyond the hour mark. So you got Carlton Belmar and Noah Palito. Ryan JJ comes out in favor of Noah Pilato. And then Carlton Belmar takes the place of Trezor and Buyu. Carlton Belmar spent some time with the Granada national team, 31-year-old. Coming from Lancaster, California. And Noah Pilato, 27 years old, from Penn State Nittany Lions. Pilato signed with Charlotte only about 9 days ago, so he's making a very impactful insertion into the lineup only a week and a half in. We talked about Brandon Knapp, 24-year-old, a 4-year captain of St. John's University, entering to try to mitigate some of the card accumulation for Omaha. It's a scramble in front of the box. Almish wanted to try to chip that one in, but Austin Pack delivers on the stop. Almish just takes that feed, gets the give and go, and Austin Pack, he's been delivering all over. 7th time for Modelo, 7th time for the corner. Sent in on the header, loose ball, no one can quite get to it, comes out for Gallardo once again. Gallardo tries the stutter step, blocked by Obregon, and Charlotte sends it out. And now potential run here for Alvarez. Alvarez, he gets 2-man all alone, but it's 1v2 for Alvarez, and he wins the corner, he wins the throw. He wins the throw off of the corner kick. As that one gets sent off by the byline and just barely crosses. The Independents will get their 3rd try off of the corner. Luis Alvarez on the corner. Low kick, bobbled up, rebound, saved by Nuhu, rebound, just misses the net. The golden glove in a golden moment. Initial shot up in front, the second chance was brought on by Obregon, and the follow-up for Dimmick just goes over. Rashid Nuhu. a two-time Golden Glove winner in 2022 and 2023. Comes all the way back towards the back line as it gets retreated all the way back for Luke Mastrantonio, who tries to feed up for Nordi. Almish has a man on the whip, and now a through ball all the way through. Pack off his line. Pack gets the dive to prevent anything further for Aaron Gomez. It's Charlotte's first road game in League One play. It kicks off a 4-game road trip if you include the Open Cup match versus Atlanta United. Charlotte head coach Mike Jeffrey saying that it provided a great opportunity to have that long stretch at home to try to reduce the mistakes of the preseason, as that is a miscue for Charlotte that was not whistled by the official. They provided a goal kick to Charlotte instead of whistling down Akoff. As we take a look here, Akoff on the run, Sorensen just a little behind him, and I can see where Charlotte's coming from. Sorensen didn't really interfere with the play that much. That one looked a little closer to Akoff, maybe tumbling on his own 2 feet. But nonetheless, you play to what the officials provide and you move forward as Charlotte continues to do such as they want to move forward. Stoppage along the way against Union Omaha, and are we going to have a yellow card here for dissent? Or maybe just a talking to. That's Luke Mastrantonio just getting a warning from the official. As Luis Alvarez stands on the ball for a set piece for Charlotte. Now a set piece for Charlotte inside of the Omaha end. Alvarez stands on it. Alvarez chips it up. Easily held on by Nuhu. Four shots on target for Omaha. That was the 3rd shot on target for Charlotte. As Omaha continues upward. Gallardo getting watched closely by Sorensen, who gets the defense and the clear. But another throw for Omaha. Roberts back for Pack, has to watch out. Gallardo wants to jump in front of that to potentially get a deflection. But Charlotte continues to move along. And an interception comes. Here comes Adam Almish. Almish getting tangled up. A nice defensive play off of the legs. That's Spielman. As another chip up deep in the Omaha end goes out of play. Charlotte wanted to go quick. Obregon dragged down, foul whistle. Juan Carlos Obregon, we've been talking about his offensive threat all game long. His brace against Rhode Island was a huge contribution in why they beat Rhode Island in that Open Cup match. It's the second time getting a brace. An Olympian from Honduras, as that one gets sent in the box by Alvarez, bobbled up in the air, no one able to get it clear. It's held in the realm of play by Bashir and Jai, who just lets that one fall for a throw, minute 75. Throw-in comes all the way back for that Charlotte back line. Knapp pursuing. All the way back for Pack. And Charlotte comes all the way up. Bashir and Jai. He gets dragged down and whistled down. Do we get a booking or just a set piece? We take a second look anyways. Bashir and Jai just streaking down that near sideline. Gets dragged down by Gallardo. And Jai, 25-year-old from Senegal. Played his college ball at USNC Wilmington. He was injured in 2023, so didn't get a lot of time to play last season. Only 10 matches appeared. He draws the foul, and it's Alvarez and Sorensen. Two-man wall for Omaha, 77 minutes. Is this the chance for the opening goal? Sorensen, low, headed, out, Omaha. Back again to the far side, cleared again by the Union. Before the potential run-up by Nordy gets stopped along the way. Charlotte will take the throw. And a substitution for the Owls. That is Misael Rodriguez entering the match for his third game in League One as he substitutes out for Pedro Dolabella. That's 3 substitutions aside. That comes at the 78th minute. Misael Rodriguez joined Omaha this season permanently in League One, as he spent parts of last year with Union Omaha, but that was on loan from the Chicago Fire for the 20-year-old. As the long pass comes up ahead, dragged down, no whistle. Clay Dimmick will take the throw. Adam Almish was dragged down on that last play. Couldn't quite get the whistle he wanted as we're approaching a dozen minutes in a scoreless match. Union Omaha, Charlotte Independence. Charlotte opening up a 4-game road trip. They've got Tormenta, Central Valley, and Atlanta United, the MLS. As that one gets sent to the box, headed down. Charlotte keeps this one alive, but not for long. As the damage gets dissipated by Omaha, and Almish continues upward. Almish wanted to go long for Gomez, but that one gets stopped along the way by Bilato. Bilato chips this one up. And Jai, Obregon wants the runner Alvarez, but it's Akoff instead. Both of these coaches said expect this game to go fast with the way that these teams play. And that's exactly what's been happening so far in the second half. We've got only 10 minutes left to go. Sent into the box. No rebound there. It's cleared away by Melanese. Far side to near as it comes for Almish. Knoxville, if you include today, it's the start of a 4-game homestand. That's been, you can also argue it's too deep of a 5-game homestand if you want to include that El Paso Open Cup game. As a bobbling ball comes back for Nuhu, he snags it. Perfect in Knoxville, perfect against El Paso. Currently scoreless against Charlotte. And they have the Northern Colorado Hailstorm, South Georgia Tormenta, and Sporting Kansas City coming to town. Shot drawn up in front by Rodriguez, was blocked up in front. As a quick tangle up comes, and Jai couldn't quite get the clean reception, and no one quite able to get it clear. As getting drawn down was Nordy. And another substitution for Charlotte. It's Omar Sis on deck. As Mike Jeffries takes him out of the dugout. Coming out of the match in favor of Sis, that's Luis Alvarez, who's been so impactful in this match so far. But they're going to allow Sis into this match. 82nd minute. And because of the long substitution, Alvarez was in zero hurry whatsoever to get back onto the bench side. Provided Alvarez with a yellow card for wasting time as it's fed into the box. Headed on! Austin Pack! He delivers right on the money for another stop for Charlotte. A nice deep feed gets headed right into the box. That's Brandon Knapp getting his first opportunity. He wanted his first goal, and now another opportunity comes for Charlotte. Belmar hesitates, feeds it in, shot, Nuhu is there. Joel Johnson leads Charlotte in goal contributions, and Nuhu makes the stop along the way. Belmar, Johnson was wide open, the penalty spot, the volley was read all the way through by Nuhu. And Rashid Nuhu and Austin Pack. We saw this the last time these two teams played in that League One semifinal. It was 0-0 after 120. It's 0-0 after 83. I'm sure if these two teams were allowed to play an extra 30 minutes, I will bet everything that this would still remain 0-0 after 120, if that was possible, with the way Pack and Nuhu have just been stepping up to the plate every single time that they've been called upon. They've been the ace, they've been the closer. Nuhu and Pack have just been those guys. As a drag down at center gets the whistle from the official in Omaha's favor. That's Gallardo, who's down once again. He's a little slow, but finally makes his way up. Let's just get a quick opportunity there. That was Njai and Gallardo getting tangled up right at center. Gallardo stands over the ball again. He's taking every set piece. 5 minutes to go in regulation. Gallardo from range wants the box, and Pack seals that one. End to end, the intended target Belmar. Pass broken up by Omaha. Now it's sent up the pitch, and an opportunity came as they had a man wide open, but comes back for Almish anyways. Almish wants the drive, blocked in front by Roberts. 5 minutes to go in a scoreless match. JC Obregon couldn't quite get the possession to go. Nordy chips it along, but Spielman just sends that one. Sends that one out of the foul line. Throw in for Omaha. Akoff, 2-4 for Gallardo. And a tangle up from Obregon draws a foul in favor of Charlotte. And how will Charlotte play this? Will they try to go a little quick? Will they maybe try to set something up down the pitch? Mike Jeffries talked about wanting to get guys behind the back line because it works so well versus Rhode Island. Getting runners back, finding the creases inside of the back four for Rhode Island in their Open Cup match. Pack sending it deep. Can they break through? Nordy. Back heel. Akoff. He's got a running lane. Akoff and Sorensen go shoulder to shoulder. Now Akoff takes the lead. Sends it in. Headed away from Spielman. And Omar Sis on that far side just gallops ahead. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Omaha had a serious chance there as it falls right into the lap of Brandon Knapp. Kick out wide, Almish. Almish wants to go for goal, but that one just went skyward. That one was out of the park for Almish. "15 shot attempts for Union Omaha. Make that 16 after that one from Almish. 6 shot attempts for Charlotte. However, just going off of shooting percentage, 5 of the 15 shot attempts from Omaha have hit the net vicinity. While for Charlotte, 3 for 6 have been on target. Charlotte look to advance. Can't hit Obregon. Cleared away by Melanese. And it's chipped out wide, Almish. Almish has been so impactful since getting on as a substitution at the half. He sends that one to center. Only one there is Nordy. Wanted Gallardo. Disrupted by the Independents. 2 minutes to go in the half plus stoppage in a scoreless match. Charlotte look to advance this one deep. Can't quite get anything else to go. Omar Sis off of the bench. Only 6 minutes into his shift. Gets stripped by Omaha. Knapp. He's wide awake, goes out wide. Akoff. Akoff beats out Sorensen into the box. Deflected, out of play. Another corner for Omaha. This is corner number 8 for Union Omaha. And the 8th time that we can talk about Modelo. Probably the price of one of those at Werner Park. Half a minute in a scoreless game. Gallardo in the final minute off of a corner kick. Can Omaha finally get on the board? Gallardo had it in, rebound, punched out by Pack. Another chance goes, overhead kick, overhead everyone. Goal kick, Charlotte. This was one of the better attempts on the day, as a second touch-up was intended for Knapp, and the overhead attempt was swung at. That was an attempt by Aaron Gomez, as we have an extra 3 minutes on the board. Austin Pack just delivering that one straight out. But quick whistle comes out of play. Foul against Omaha. The USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. A couple extra matches throughout USL League One as Charlotte tries to make an opportunity go in the last 90 seconds plus. We've been talking about how good these two teams have been on defense, how good they've been at keeping the ball out of their nets. Dimmick sends this one in. Return feed for Dimmick. Chips that one high, lofted. Nuhu is there. The Kickers host Spokane Velocity, and the Northern Colorado Hailstorm go to Chattanooga to play the Red Wolves. That's what's left for League One tonight, and tomorrow, Tormenta hosts Greenville Triumph, where Greenville can either advance their lead in first place or Tormenta can become neck and neck. Almish dragged down, whistle for Omaha. Almish goes quick. Gallardo, he wants to chip up. Fed for Rodriguez. He's getting tangled up by Roberts, and it's an offensive foul against Masael Rodriguez. Hugh Roberts, so much experience on the defense, just held strong, drew the whistle. As Rodriguez and Roberts, they were watching each other. It was that clutch of the arm from Rodriguez on Roberts' left arm going back. As we're in the 3rd minute of 3 on stoppage. And that will end this match. We are scoreless between Omaha and Charlotte. Both teams will walk away with a singular point in the standings, and this creates a 4-way tie for 3rd between Tormenta and Spokane, as well as these two sides as well. Our Platinum Chiropractic and Wellness Man of the Match, who else would it be? Rashid Nuhu, so sharp on the day. He has stopped all of the 3 shots on target from the Charlotte Independents. That's 0 goals against in 3 consecutive matches, 11 for 11 throughout the last 3. He has been so good. He's been Golden Glove for a reason, and he stepped up for Union Omaha. We have the remainder of our coverage here on ESPN Plus and a recap of this scoreless match between Omaha and Charlotte coming up.
My name is Blake Malone, and I'm a center back for Union Omaha. The partnership between Bellevue University and Union Omaha enables me to continue my career as a professional soccer player, as well as extending my time and learning to get another degree, and for that I'm very thankful. I would say reach out. Bellevue University has been very, very kind and generous to us. They're very responsive. They have great people working up front. So I would say go, give it a reach, look out, and see if it works for you.
Rashid Nuhu and Union Omaha draw level with the Charlotte Independence. Neither side were able to break through. Union Omaha and Rashid Nuhu, they have held their opponents to 0 goals in 4 of their last 5 matches as we go over what commenced throughout 90 minutes of play. Werner Park was the place to be as things got started off right out of the gate. Juan Carlos Obregon tried the initial shot on net, and Nuhu had to get things started. As another chance from Alvarez out wide. Nuhu once again so sharp, but a quick stumble provided an opportunity for Gallardo. He tried to drive from deep. Austin Pack was sharp himself. He was 6 for 6 on the afternoon, as here's another opportunity there from the substitution, Adam Almish. Goes a nice back heel give and go return for Almish, and Austin Pack, that was one of his 6 saves on the afternoon. And a quick stop here, another save for Nuhu off of the feet of Obregon, and the follow-up goes over. And one final opportunity right near stoppage. Aaron Gomez, a diving attempt there from Pack as he boxed that one and just sent that one away eventually. One final gasp for Omaha off of the head from a substitution. Brandon Knapp could not get that one behind Austin Pack, as both goalies were so sharp. Scoreless the last time these two played. And that's 2 straight matches between Charlotte and Omaha where things have been scoreless. One last gasp for Independence, however, as Joel Johnson drove that one, but that was right into the chest of Nuhu as he swallowed this one up. And the final opportunity for Omaha off of the corner came off of a Austin Pack punch out. Both Rashid Nuhu and Austin Pack were perfect on the afternoon. As we get our final score brought to you by Blackstone District, as that will be it for us here at Werner Park in Omaha, Nebraska. For our entire broadcast crew, my name is Ryan Lee. Union Omaha and Charlotte Independence scoreless after 90, but a good one nonetheless. Thank you for taking your afternoon with us, and we'll be back next time. Thank you for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.
Soccer League, League One.
I've
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League, League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League, League One.